All right, so next up, we're gonna talk about TikToker Tay Tay. No, so we done talked about Tay Tay before. Tay Tay be speaking that real on TikTok, and she's once again going in on women for being unreasonable. I guess is a good way to describe it towards men. Um, a lot of this stuff is rehashed, but it nevertheless is never a bad thing to use new pieces of content in order to reinforce a lot of the stuff that we've been saying for a while now. And Tay Tay is on that wavelength. She is not somebody who is an apologist for modern women. She is actually someone who holds modern women to account for the ideology of modern women, which is, to say it's a bit of a problematic ideology. I think many of us could agree. But we'll go ahead and play what she had to say in this particular clip. There was some chick who made a TikTok talking about how a dude needs to be able to spend money, blah blah blah, and she basically is saying, "Yo, you need to chill because this is why you're dealing with what you're dealing with." So go ahead and play it. We'll talk about it.
As a woman, you should not be broke. Yep. And if you can't ask any guy in your contact list for money, you need to delete them all. Delete them all. Get rid of them all. Waste men. Those are waste men. There's no difference between you and the pretty privileged girls that you see online. You got the game all messed up. These broke men really made y'all believe that asking means you're begging because they want to get what they want from you for free. Think that asking a man for money means you're begging? Then I'm sorry, sweetie. You're going to be last in this game. And you wonder why the men that you attract are all feminine.
Wow, you almost had me in the beginning. Mamacita, beautiful chocolate queen. Give me that mic. What the heck are you doing, girl? I was with you all the way up until you started saying that. One of the things a lot of women say is that men want something from you. And I know the want you're talking about, that starburst. So you're willing to exchange that for money. Doesn't that make you a GTA stripper? Doesn't that make you a streetwalker of the night? Hey, you said it. Just correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm okay with taking criticism. And if I'm wrong, I'll say it. But you said it. That's how I'm thinking. Now, all jokes aside, do you guys see why men feel so belittled, so used, and like nobody cares about them and nobody wants them only solely for their money? Do you get why men probably don't put in as much effort? Because when you see the energy is not reciprocated, what do you think they do? Oh, I'm going to go full hard for this girl. No, what's the point? I'm not getting love in return. I'm not getting anything in return. And then when women make videos like this, you're making it harder. You're making it harder for people to want to find love and want good women. Because good women don't just use somebody. Yes, I'm okay with a woman being traditional and being the stay-at-home mom, getting taken care of, but you're doing your part. You're taking care of that man. You're feeding him. You're loving him. You're reciprocating the energy. It's a love exchange, baby. We not users. We not leech. Well, at least I'm not. And then she keeps saying broke. You're the one who's asking for money, and he's the broke one. Oh my God, hold on. Now, calling somebody broke constantly, dude, you are the brokey. You don't even have money. You're asking somebody for money, and then you're roasting them or getting mad at them because they don't give you money. Who do you think you are? You women are so entitled and think somebody has to give you a handout and give you money and all that, but yet you put in no effort. And then I'm sorry, like, what is the point of these type of videos? I'd be embarrassed to make a video like this. Asking for a handout, spare change? No, dude, stop. And I just get really bothered at seeing a lot of women that don't understand how powerful they would be if they pushed themselves to do better, be greater. You guys, I'm almost close to making 6 figures just doing this influencer thing. And I don't show my body. I don't ask for handouts. I did it all on my own. Podcast coming probably the beginning of October, y'all. Come on, work, ladies. Damn, stop being lazy.
Well said, sister. Well said. I ain't even have to straighten her. She straightened her for me.
Oh, well, yeah. So go ahead. I don't know whether you want to address what she said. Obviously, you agree with her or what the initial video was, which was completely and utterly disgusting, but also disgusting. very common, unfortunately. But yeah, thank goodness that there are some glimmers of hope out there. But go ahead.
So shout out to Tay Tay. I ain't know that was her name. Shout out to her for cleaning that up for us. But yeah, that first, I want to address that first comment. And that first comment, it, like you said, it was disgusting. It is gross. She was speaking with such confidence and vigor about her stance, and that's a rhetoric that's a lot more prevalent than all of us would like. And if it's not that version of it, because that wasn't even extreme, maybe she cut off before she got extreme, but there's a lot of women who feel that way or damn near close to that. And they may not articulate it to you as a man, but their actions damn well show that. It has become very apparent to me in the dating scene that men have become ATM machines, and I'm supposed to cash out for them to eat Olive Garden or Papados or whatever the hell else that they have a taste for. You know, food that they wouldn't buy on their own budget. I mean, I gotta pay for that. You know, we gotta go places that she can't really go, but I gotta pay for it. Like, you know, she wants to travel, but it's gotta come out of my pocket. And it's just like, yo, what is all of this? And there's a lot of that going on. Part of it, I understand the fact that, you know, in the air quote traditional sense that, you know, men are men and men pay and all this other stuff. But it has now turned into a cash grab and a finesse. You're not getting any value on the back end of any of this. You're literally just throwing money away. And, you know, with those types of women. And honestly, I don't really understand, me personally, for a woman like that speaking so aggressive. There's no way in hell that will last past a second conversation. Like, I would not even talk to that person again, because and it's not even gold diggerish. Because if you say gold digger, they're gonna be like, "You broke though." You know, broke in the sense of I'm not six figures and I'm not a millionaire.
Exactly.
So there's no way.
I was gonna touch on that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
there's no way they can be a gold digger because I'm broke. But it's what else are you doing if you're coming after the little shekels that I do have? And if I do have, I don't have a whole, you know, Fort Knox thing going on in my bank account, but I got something, and you trying to take my something, my last, just so I can prove or whatever, or just so I can trick off. There's no real meaning behind it besides tricking off. So, I mean, hell, I got more, man, but how do you feel? This is disgusting to me, at least that initial one.
It is very disgusting. It's very disgusting. And it's emblematic of how women who conduct their dating lives on the internet think. These are the mutated fish that you referenced in the video that we did last time. Like, these are the power plant women who are just so far removed from reality that it's beyond the pale. It's interesting. So a chick like this is the same woman who will get on a podcast and talk about how she can't find a good relationship and how all men ain't nothing. These are the same women who will peddle this stuff.
No way.
Into the no, they will though. They will, because they'll get on somebody's podcast. Somebody will put a microphone in front of their face and ask them questions about relationships and their status and all of this kind of stuff, and they'll talk about how relationships are this and that, and how men are this or that, and that's the reason why they do this. So it ain't them, it's everybody else. And like, the thing about it is, yes, your relationship life is utterly dysfunctional because you get cheated on all the time. And you get cheated on all the time because you make yourself exclusively available to a profile of guy that constitutes in any given population maybe 10% at the most. So all of y'all are after these same dudes. There's no incentive for these guys to not cheat on you. And then when you get cheated on and you fulfill your own prophecy, you turn it around and you say, all of these men are doing this, so I might as well go ahead and trick myself off, because if I'm going to get cheated on, I might as well get money in lieu of getting cheated on. It is a completely backwards ideology. It makes no conventional sense, but they believe this way because they have ingratiated themselves with conducting their dating lives on the internet. With essentially, it's funny. Like, I've gotten to the point because I can just hear, I can look at that clip, the first clip, and I can just hear the city girls coming out of her.
Ugh.
I can hear the Cardi B, the Megan Thee Stallion, the Saweetie, the Glorilla. I can hear them coming out of her. I can hear it. I can hear it. She probably listens to this trash all day, every day.
Yeah, man, that's her anthem.
She probably listens to that Mind Control all day, every day. All day, every day. And I've gotten to the point now, and it's funny that I'm saying this, but I'm also serious. Like, I've gotten to the point now where I vet any girl that I meet. And if she listens to hip hop or rap, I don't even want to deal with you, because I'm going to assume that you listen to this BS. I'm going to assume that you listen to this trash. And if you listen to this trash, I'm going to assume that you have that type of ideology. And the thing about it is, and I've said it before, see, where people get this stuff twisted, where women in particular get this stuff twisted, I've never had an issue with women going for guys who are on the move. I have never had an issue with women saying, I don't want to date a guy who's broke. I've never had an issue with that. I've never had an issue with women saying, I'm not dating broke men. I'm not dating men who aren't building their resources, who aren't moving towards a singular goal. I've never had an issue with that. The problem is, broke to a chick like this is a guy who makes $80K a year. That's broke to her. Lame to a chick like this, a lame guy is a guy who earns a salary and gets 20 paid vacation days off. He just has to put his request in before he can actually get 2 weeks off at a time to take you halfway around the world with your spoiled ass. And that's what I call hypergamy, and that's what we got going on. So unless I'm 6'6" and making $100K a year, I am broke. That's the mentality of chicks like this, and that's the mentality of these chicks who spend too much time on their phone and too much time listening to poisonous, questionable music that tells them that they're supposed to be adhering to a certain or a particular type of ideology. And these role models that y'all pay attention to, all of these women are in toxic marriages and relationships where they're getting cheated on and getting domestically and emotionally abused left and right. So this is what you want to aspire to, also that you can get a guy who can give you a Gucci bag from time to time. Like, good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, good luck with that. Like, that's the issue that I got with this. The hypergamy, the unreasonable expectations, the delusions of grandeur. And it's just, there are so many of these chicks walking around out here who think that what she said makes sense. And like I said before, when they fulfill their own prophecy and they get dogged out by these guys who have no incentive to commit to them because they have all the options in the world, they'll turn it around and make it about the men. No, ma'am, that was about you and your horrible decision making. But this is where we are. And so appreciate Tay Tay for making that video. Don't know how many women are receptive to what she has to say, because so many of these chicks are so delusional. And the problem is they'll meet these simps who make a lot of money and will spend money on them, and it will just affirm their ridiculous beliefs. And then the situation blows up in their face and they just go back to square one and they do it all over again, as if they're running in some, demented materialistic hamster wheel. And they just repeat their cycle, and they're so entrenched in what they think that they'll just turn it around and make it about men, when really it was about it was just about your bad decisions, your poor decisions. It's sad. It's unfortunate. Um, I have met women who think this way. They gross me out. I feel like I need to take a shower whenever I'm within 5 feet of them. I just feel dirty whenever I'm around them. Um, and if an asteroid, struck this planet tomorrow and killed off all of the women who think like this, I think we'd all be better for it.
That got morbid real fast. No, but I feel you, man. Like don't. I still think now. I think that the first woman. I think that is a growing population. I still feel like there's a lot of women that are on the fringe of that who take from that kind of lifestyle, but aren't full Megan Thee Stallion with it yet. But still, they feel that and they live it out. I've dated them, and it was before Megan Thee Stallion. It's just that now these artists are actually making anthems and gospel for these women to follow, and now they've been picking that up, and the ones that were already way out of there, they're just they just adopted it in the city girl stuff, and they're just running rampant with it. This can only beget more foolishness. I can tell you that right now. There's no redeeming qualities from anything that woman said. Now, as far as what Tay Tay had to say, I still think there's a healthy number of women who agree with her. I think that the Megan Thee Stallion types are, like I said, growing, but still the minority. They're just a loud minority. And the women that are well-to-do may not even have social media accounts. If they do, they're not as active on it. But the ones that are out of there, they're on social media, and they're making posts like this. And so I haven't given up all hope on women yet. I still think there's a lot of rational ones out there. But for these women that are promoting this stuff, I mean, I really don't. I mean, I know what that lifestyle leads to eventually. And like you said, man, either verbal, physical abuse, single, late in their years, multiple baby fathers,
Child support out the ass. Yeah, all of that.
child support. That's just another lick for them, right? That's child support. That's just another check that they have to work for.
Yep.
Disgusting. And it's just gross. So, yeah, man, I needless to say, I am not a fan of this type of rhetoric nor behavior. And like you said, man, yeah, in that woman's world, 80K ain't enough. It's not enough for a man to be making. And hell, man, it's hard out here. And it's hard out here. And if you pulling in 80, hey man, you doing all right for yourself, bro. So pat yourself on the back.
That's more than all right. That's a lot
Yeah.
more than all right.
Yeah, so pat yourself on the back, bro, and avoid these type of scammers, because she's just a walking scammer, and she's just out here to finesse. And honestly, bro, like, what can they provide? I've been around women where they just extracting from me. Not finances, because I don't play that. I'll spend money over here, over there, but they're extracting me. They're getting me. And my counseling sessions, my creativity, my positive energy, and they just want that and extract. That's my wealth. That's my Fort Knox. And then those women try to steal that. So I've gotten over that. And so now my whole thing is like, what are you bringing to the table? I don't need nobody to cook for me. I don't need nobody to clean for me. I'm a grown ass man.
Right.
I can take care of myself. I pay my own bills. I handle everything myself. And so I don't need a caregiver. I need somebody around me that's actually solid and that can hold down their side of the street, because I'm holding down mine. But that old fashioned, I guess, reciprocity. Hey, I give a little, you give a little, and we both living like that. I guess that's becoming really old fashioned. But the ironic part about these women who claim that they don't like traditionalism, but the only traditionalism they do subscribe to is that the man has to be chivalrous and break bread all day long. That is hella ironic, and it doesn't make any sense at all. So so for those types of mega thoughts that are out here just thoughting it up, fellas, treat them accordingly. If you want to dabble into that, hey, teach their own, bro. But use a 10-foot pole. Do not get into that. I know people that get way too deep into those shallow waters, if you know what I'm saying. And so just steer clear from any of those city girls types of women, and you should be pretty good to go, man. And even though that is a modern woman, that's definitely in the modern woman Bible. That was some verse out of there, probably in Revelations, I'm sure. But still, not every woman that's a modern woman feels that extreme level. But like I said before, it is growing, and it's enough of modern women who do speak like that. So shout out to Tay Tay or any other woman that agrees with her and thinks like her and talk like her. You guys are the real MVPs.
Yeah. It is. I do agree that it's a vocal minority, but man, that when they get vocal, it's so loud that you just it's so loud that you just hope that they aren't influencing one of those women who are on the fringes and can go either way, because they are extremely loud. But I am inclined to think that even still, it's the vocal minority. But I just think that this stuff is growing. And we talk often about mind control. And the more that this mind control and this music and this entertainment becomes more and more a part of the mainstream collective consciousness, I think you're going to have a lot of this become more and more normalized.
Yeah.
And so that part of it is frightening. But yeah, reciprocity is a big deal. Please understand that there is no difference between, like, for women who think this way, there is really no discernible difference between them and actual sex workers,
Right.
prostitutes, escorts. There's literally no difference. When you say, in order for you to have this, you need to spend this much money. When you have
Right.
when you put a physical price tag on your
Right.
presence and your physical contact, you might as well consider yourself to be a sex worker. That's
Bro,
what you are.
I wouldn't be surprised if some women keep track of how much money the guy has spent, and she's
They
not going to
probably,
get
I wouldn't deny that they have a book
a tracker.
that sort of, I wouldn't doubt that. And the thing is, a lot of them deal with multiple men at the same time, so they probably keep a running tab on who spent what, and who needs to spend this much because this guy spent this much more, and so you need to do. It's crazy. Like, good luck with that. I just want to say that you fulfill your own prophecy when it comes to your relationship failures by living this way. Because you're doing the same thing over and over again, and your delusion puts you in a headspace in which you are deflecting instead of taking responsibility for the role that you play and how your life has turned out. So you can run around talking about how all men cheat all day long if you want to, but all y'all want to date a guy who's 100K a year guy. 100K a year guy has options too, and I don't care what you say. Guy who has several options is not incentivized in any kind of way to choose you over the 5 or 6 other women that he can choose, because what do you do that's so different and special? Nothing. All you guys are doing is offering the same thing, which is your existence and your vagina. And look, God didn't stop making vaginas when he made yours. So you can keep listening to all of these. You can keep listening to all of these rappers if you want to, and you'll stay right where you are, and you'll be a 37-year-old single mother with 2 kids, and then you'll decide that you want to do right after you've hit the wall. And no self-respecting guy is going to accept that trade-off.
Facts, bro. Ain't no box out there that's just a box that I'm paying that much money for. You know, if I'm a 6-figure plus man, I'm just paying for a box. You don't do
That's
nothing else.
crazy.
And
That's
that girl that was leading off, that girl offers zero value to anybody she's talking to. There's
Well,
nothing she can bring.
to her presence is what she offers. It's her existence. And that's this thing. That's why, like, Tay used a great word when she said entitled.
Mhm.
That is a sense of entitlement when you believe that merely being there is in and of itself its own reward. And
So
that's what they believe, is that their mere presence, their existence is its own reward. And
delusion.
when you get so far gone in your mind that you really do think that that's true, you deserve everything you get, in my opinion.
Factual, bro. I mean, again, bro, if there's a box sitting in my room and there's nothing I can do with that box, I open the box, there's nothing in it. It doesn't do anything. It's just there. And it's like, how much am I paying per month for this? You know, and you know, the figures get to running. It's like, there's no way I'm paying
Yeah.
for this box. And it's just, she's just glorified masturbation for me. I don't need that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
She probably has an OnlyFans page. She probably
Yeah.
does OnlyFans or something like that. I wouldn't
She
doubt
does.
it.
Well, if she were smarter, she would. But
She would, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just
Yeah.
she was so frustrated. That's why she died, because she broke. That's why she telling, and she broke. She just finished dealing with a broke dude, and now she hurting. Yeah, so now she getting on the internet. Let me give the ladies something. Let me tell these ladies something. Deal with these broke people. Why? What happened? Bro got that box for free. And she mad. Girl, go on.
Yeah, you need to have a seat. You need to take a knee on that. Like, be like Kaepernick and take a knee for real.
Yeah, ladies, if you're watching this, I know y'all not one of them. Thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? I hope you already hit the subscribe button, but thank y'all
Yeah.
for not
Yeah.
being like them.
Yeah, like
need
the
more of
video
y'all.
and all of that. Yeah, we do for real.
Mhm.
All right, and shouts out to Tay. That was, you know, she be bringing the heat. I hope she says she making almost 6 figures doing what she's doing. I commend you for it. I
Yeah, keep
wish
it
you
up,
all
y'all.
wish you all the success in the world.
Mhm.
Next up, we are going to talk about